Hello, friends, and welcome. My name is Daffy Roth, and this is Voice of Cards. The Isle Dragon Roars, and the continuation of our playthrough. In our last episode, we made our way through the volcano and found out the truth of things, that pretty much the entire world survives on Dragontears, and the way they get these Dragontears is to basically torture the dragon. And yeah, not a very cool thing. We decided not to kill the dragon, but the ivory tower was like, nah, or at least segued that, or the one guy just killed it, and then Vince died as well. So we made our way out of the volcano, so now we are heading back to the village of the sick to see what he plans to do with that tier of dragon, or the Dragontear, or whatever it's specifically called. So without further ado, let's hop in and see where the story takes us, shall we? Right. Well. An event.
A monster appears and just stands there, stock still, staring at you. Suddenly it makes a pained face, acting as if it's been poisoned. Aha! This must be the monster you saved with the antidote. It places a medicine bottle at your feet and is gone as quickly as it came. You suppose that's its way of saying thanks.
Wow.
I'm exhausted, says Ridis. She certainly looks it. Bruno is silent and looks deep in thought. As you head into the village after your friends, another headache splits your skull. This place. Something about it is triggering a memory that feels like it's trying to claw its way out of your brain. Let's rest up at the inn, suggests Melanie, taking in everyone's state.
Rest your weary bones at the village of Sick Inn.
It appears he dropped the medicine bottles he was holding during the eruption's ensuing earthquake. He kneels down, bringing his face close to the ground, and laps up the muddy medicine.
Well, I mean, whatever gets you there, I guess.
He crouches by the roadside, then lies completely still. His breathing slows to a stop, hands still clasping the medicine bottle.
Wow, this is just terrible.
The woman stares blankly into the distance. At her feet lie dozens of empty medicine bottles.
It's like walking through downtown Philadelphia.
This island is doomed, she says, knowing of the eruption. Her face exudes happiness, as if she has been freed.
It's still the same thing, he's just smacking his face.
It appears she has no knowledge of the eruption and earthquake. The ground just doesn't want to stay still lately.
Yeah, well, hate when the ground does that.
Selford doesn't appear to be home right now.
Come play cards. I'm trying to hope to unlock his card thing, but yep.
At dinner time, you and your friends gather around the table. For a while, it's quiet, but then Melanie speaks up. Now that the dragon's been defeated, she says, what are we going to do?
I say we find out more about this island.
I want to learn a little more about this island, you say. Bruno agrees with you. They call this place Mount Medica. Something tells me there are still secrets to uncover. In truth, the Ivory Order wanted to capture the dragon alive, but Sherwyn killed him. You can't help feeling the Ivory Order is still hiding something about this island, the dragon and the medicine. Whether you go after the Ivory Order or investigate the island, first and foremost, you need information. The Overseer should be pretty knowledgeable about the island, reasons Melanie. You decide to pay a visit to the Overseer after a good night's rest.
Hear what Seal4, the self-proclaimed overseer of the village of the sick, has to say. Yeah, he used to be part of the Ivory Order.
Seal4, the village headman come overseer, comes out to welcome you.
Oh, that's a very interesting name.
After detailing what happened atop the volcano, you ask him to tell you everything he knows about this island. So, the dragon's tears are the medicine's main ingredient, he muses.
Alright. This is where the medicine is
You
made?
ask Seal4 if the medicine is made on this island. After a moment, he begins speaking in a quiet voice. He tells you about the medicine factory here on the island that the Ivory Order oversees, and that this village was founded in order to provide a steady supply of human test subjects for their new medicine.
So, the Ivory Order is Umbrella.
Now that you know the truth about the island and the village, you turn to Seal4 and pose further questions.
So the Ivory Order is Umbrella, and the city of the sick is Raccoon City. Cool.
What do you mean, testing new medicine, you ask? Seal4 explains that before the Ivory Order sends any of its medicines out to the greater world, they test them here first. With all the new medicines they're constantly prescribed, the villagers here suffer strange side effects. All except Seal4, who says he's exempt from the tests on account of being in charge of the village on the Order's behalf.
They forced a dragon?
Probing further, you ask, and the Ivory Order forced the dragon to make medicine at that factory? I'm almost positive they did, he replies. That explains why the Order wanted to capture him, says Bruno, understanding dawning on his face. But if that's the case, why did Sherwyn flout the Order and kill the dragon? You're still missing the final piece of this puzzle. Sometimes we get people who try to escape, he says, his gaze dropping. The Order always catches them.
Honk always gets his man.
This is horrible, says Melanie, a harrowed look on her face. You know the abandoned house at the western edge of the village? Well, once upon a time, a family of 4 lived there. As Seal4 speaks, you feel all the blood drain from your body. There's something I'd like to see for myself at that house, you say, your brow creased. At the uncharacteristically somber look on your face, Melanie, Riddis, and Bruno give silent nods.
Make your way to the abandoned house to the west of the village of the sick.
stand before the dilapidated house. It looks like no one's lived here for a long, long time. You open the door and go inside, your gaze roving across the dusty space. Your eyes land on a progression of horizontal notches on the lower section of a support beam, markings to measure a child's growth. And carved into the beam beside the markings are your and Mar's names. Seeing your names unleashes a flood of memories you hadn't realized you'd kept locked away.
Can we go home? It's getting really dark. Yeah, let's go. Return home. We're back! Welcome home. Oh, look at you two, caked in mud again. What kept you out so late, Mar hid so well, it took me ages to find her. The hide-and-seek champion. You're my snot-nosed little sister is what you are. Yeah, you're just mad because I always find you super fast. Ha ha ha, alright. Alright, settle down, you little terrors. I swear, you twins are the only ones who can keep up with yourselves. Now go get changed for dinner. Is this watery soup really all there is again? Whining won't change that, I'm afraid. But I want real food. This isn't going to fill me up at all. I know, but we just can't afford to buy anything else. But it won't be like this forever. You'll see. Several days later. Now, I want the two of you to hold on to my hands no matter what, alright? It's pitch black outside. Where are we going? Hurry, we can't let them find us. Ah! Escape subject spotted. Securing at once. Yeah! Give me more! More medicine! The effects of this new medicine spiraled too much out of hand. It's a failure, said Wesker. What are you waiting for? Put it in my... Quick! This one's no good either. Pitiful what happens to the ones who try to flee. What are the findings for the medicine those twins were given? Looking at the girl, she's transforming into a monster. So, she's a non-match for the medicine. Only an undiluted solution of Dragontear can cure her now. This one isn't exhibiting any signs of transformation. We should have enough to make our report to the mausoleum now. I'll never understand why they chose to build a factory on the island at the mausoleum. It's so out of the way. Because that's what Umbrella does. They build freaking laboratories in, like, the worst place possible. What should we do with the twins? Dispose of them? No. Leave them to die with their parents.
The trauma of what happened, combined with the effects of the medicine, spurred the loss of your memories. But now you remember the horror in full detail. Sobbing, you gather Mar in your arms. Melanie, Riddis, and Bruno just stand there in silence, absorbing the truth of your origins. Melanie, who knows all too well the pain of losing your parents, turns to you with tears on her cheeks.
Aww.
We have a lot in common, you and I. That's how we've made it this far together, she says softly.
At Melanie's words, you.
Moved by her kindness, you give her a silent nod. But I've still got farther to go, you say, scrubbing your face dry. As painful as those memories are, something the Ivory Order disciples said gave you hope. If you can get your hands on an undiluted solution of Dragontear, you can restore Mar to her human form. And what was that about the place they called the mausoleum? That's probably a good enough place as any to start looking for Dragontear. Melanie doesn't miss the determination that blooms on your face. Whatever it is you need to do, she says, I'm with you.
Determine the mausoleum's precise location. Well, it's probably in the north.
You ask Silfor if he's ever heard of a place called the Mausoleum. He tells you the steep cliffs north of the village block the way. To get to the Mausoleum, you'll have to go around. He advises you to first go east and then head north from the wharf. The wharf, that's where we first docked, right? Clarifies Bruno.
Return to the wharf east
The path to the Mausoleum is a long one. If you start feeling weary on your journey, use the jump feature to return to the village.
I'll head north to the mausoleum. Yeah, but what about the rocks, though? You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock Silfor's flip side story. Alright. Silfor takes it upon himself to help villagers enter the afterlife. Some of the villagers he has bid farewell may very well have been his family. Alright, we're gonna go bring Umbrella down. We need actually, no, we need the apothecary. Let me see right here. And then we do need... let's see. Antidote. Curative. Yeah, I don't think we need a defroster or any of these. Those two we'll take, though. Oh, oh, those are undead? Okay, that say requires unlock the undead fungos enemy story. I didn't realize that was an undead. It's actually kind of funny, actually. Undead fungo. Undead fungos with a sure fight of poison in their systems release a scent meant to stimulate a predator's appetite. Said predators are all too aware of this and thus steer clear. Only the most desperate humans eat undead fungos, which cause these poor souls to emit shrieks in between bouts of bloody vomiting. Needless to say, they perish.
A giant boulder impedes the path. You stop, unable to go any farther. But when you turn around, who do you see but the Ivory Order trio? In a flash, you draw your weapons, but Hedwyn calls out, "Wait." Unlike the other times you've crossed paths, the trio doesn't seem keen on fighting you. You lower your weapons in response. Conveniently, you've got some questions for them anyway.
They're just afraid I'm gonna kick their ass, is what it is. You saw me take down both the dragon and Vince twice.
You demand to know what the Ivory Order wants. There's no reason to hide it any longer, begins Hedwyn. He tells you of the immense fortune the Order amassed by selling the medicine they forced the dragon to make on this island. And he confirms recapturing the dragon was the Order's true goal. The dragon's imprisonment on this island was a secret only the upper echelons of the Order were privy to. Even Queen Nilla didn't know. You ask where Sherwyn disappeared to after he killed the dragon atop the volcano. We too seek Sherwyn, says Winifred. Atop the volcano, Sherwyn swore to destroy that place. Hedwyn says he was talking about the mausoleum. Winifred ponders the question of why Sherwyn would betray the Order and kill the dragon. Alas, we cannot get to the mausoleum with this in our way, Hedwyn says, gesturing to the giant boulder. Upon closer examination of the boulder, you see fissures spidering along its surface. Perhaps it was weakened by the earthquake caused by the volcano erupting. With the right approach, you might be able to force your way through after all.
Ask Ridis.
For whatever reason, you ask Ridis to break the boulder.
For whatever reason.
She takes out her book to see if there's anything about boulder smashing in there. Somehow, you doubt the tome covers that subject.
Oh, I would have laughed if there was. Fun.
You think of asking Mar to break through the boulder, but you stop short, worrying she could hurt her precious hand.
Oh my gosh, all she does is beat stuff up. Fine, what about Melanie?
You ask Melanie to work her magic on the boulder. Literally. She summons up a great flame, but all it does is leave scorch marks on the stone. He squares off in front of the giant stone.
This makes me choose Bruno. I mean, I knew it was Bruno, but I mean, it's fun to see the other stuff too.
And strikes the fissure with a mighty knife-edged chop. Silence rings for a moment before the boulder crumbles to dust.
I just imagine, like, I'm literally going through the whole party, skipping Bruno, and he's like standing there, like flexing his muscles, doing like, you know, they're like, pick me, and it's like, Ridis. And then finally, like, after Melody does her thing, like, Bruno steps up to, like, make, you know, to impress her.
The Ivory Order trio offers a curt thanks before hurrying on ahead. The jerks.
Proceed along the mountains in search of the mausoleum. You fulfilled the necessary requirements, unlocked Winifred's flip-side story. You fulfilled the necessary requirements, unlocked Berwyn's flip-side story. You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock Hedwyn's flip-side story. Okay, well, there we go. Alright, Winifred. Winifred was born into the Ivory Tower and raised as a dignified lady. Her fellow Order members find her maze training a boon on their travels. Between the overly talkative sage and the taciturn warrior, Winifred's journey was far from easy. The worst part, though, her pristine white robes were soiled. Berwyn. The Ivory Order values warriors as level-headed and trustworthy as Berwyn. Warriors who approach wood chopping and bodyguard detail with equal amounts of intensity and fortitude. If ordered to advance, Berwyn would follow that to the letter, smashing through anything in his path, be it a wall or an entire house. Thus, he was deemed perfect for Winifred's escort. Hedwyn. The entire Ivory Order reveres Hedwyn for his wisdom. When a young woman was placed in his care, he obsessively focused on etiquette, revealed another side, exacting disciplinarian. Winifred, no, stop that this instant. Those who know Hedwyn best say his jet black hair began turning white the day young Winifred was placed in his care. We'll drop charge for that. Actually, you know what? We'll drop.
Watch out, your friends cry, as something comes hurtling straight at your face. But you keep your cool. Your friends gasp as you catch whatever it is before it clobbers you.
Oh, what? You obtained hero armor. Armor only the strong may don. Okay, someone just like ran by and... Nice. I mean, I like when I'm just given stuff. Oh yeah, this guy can just die right away.
Excellent. Good work.
Chest found. Nice, nice. Event.
You spot a sign standing prominently on the cape. This sign reads, "Strike the Steelers somewhere on this island." Oh yeah? What will happen if you do, you wonder?
I have no idea what a steel is, but I'll do so.
You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. You catch pieces of the conversation here and there. Stashed the goods away. That island shaped like right in the dragon's nostril. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. The dragon's nostril? You cock your head in disbelief, but just manage to maintain your concentration. Your perseverance pays off. You come to learn that the island itself is shaped not unlike the dragon's head. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away.
Alright, it's probably going to be in the middle somewhere then. So those are, I guess the capes are the horns. Your poison means nothing to me.
You did great.
This way to the mausoleum.
Not even a rock climber could get...
Yeah, I know. Gosh, darn it. I'm not trying to... Freestay worrying. Alright, stop. I had to take care of something.
And fight. Oh? Nice work.
One HP. Right, where would the nostril be? I'm gonna eat that.
No climbing.
Why are you so restrictive, GM? Oh, you filled the necessary requirements to unlock the Skullmancers. That's kind of a cool name. Let's check out his... Skullmancer. The religious scholars knew if they were to ascertain the true nature of magic, they would need immortality. One lifetime was simply too short. Ere long, their pursuit of eternal life made them monsters of them all. Now free from the intellectual and rational pursuits, they invoke spells with what sounds like pure joy. So basically, they're witches. Oh, you've unfilled. It's an undead trend. That's, you know, I never really thought of that. I mean, that's what I figured it was, but I never really thought of an undead treant before. It is of the utmost importance that these paragons of pestilence be felled the moment they are encountered, for the plague they spread does not fade with their death. Humanity first fouled the woodlands, and among the rotting trees and sickened animals, it was the undead treants who absorbed the plague and purified the forest. You know, that's sad, but a really awesome story. Just found 1600. Oh, look at that. We're almost close to that 20 grand for Ash's weapon. A bizarre rock appeared. It seems primed to explode. Roll the dice and see what happens. It's a 2. The bizarre rock transformed into a fear rock. Then well, this is fight through it.
Excellent.
Oh. I'm not gonna resist it. Yeah, that's what I thought. The one time I don't have anything fire related.
About the enemy. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message scrawled on it in crude lettering.
Western Peninsula, tip of the treasure. I don't know what the stolen treasure. Okay.
Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. And fire. Oh? You spy a rather large number of monster prints on the ground. A wry smile plays across your lips as you remove the scrap of paper from your pack. You pluck the monster's note, which you picked up just west of the sign pointing you to the mausoleum, from your pack. After scouring the area for a bit, you find a chest hidden in a shady spot behind a rock. The scrap of paper tells no lies. You greedily open the chest.
Ooh, moonlit gown. That's gotta be something for her. Oh yeah. Oh, she looks so pretty now.
Found a stela. You try gently knocking on it, as if to test its solidity. You swear you feel a rumble coming from the east.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be over there. Okay. My goodness. You journey onward, only see a suspicious-looking elder appear before you, a bottle of medicine dangling from his waist. You proclaim himself a man of medicine who has discovered a revolutionary curative. He would have one of your party drink it as a test. There's no harm in trying it, he boldly claims. Well, yeah, I mean, why not? We're already test subjects. No, we're gonna refuse.
Only a fool would drink some stranger's filthy brew, you bark. The suspicious doctor grumbles mightily, making a fine show
not on
of
this
his
island. We're not
discontent
drinking
as he
anything.
takes his leave. You come across a gaping hole in the ground. A sign beside it depicts a piece of armor, followed by, "Do not drop this in the hole." It's only human to want to do exactly what you're told not to.
Drop the frostmail pictured on the...
You pretend you never saw the sign and drop the armor into the hole. "Hey!" a voice shouts from within, clearly furious. The voice carries on as a piece of armor, emitting its own blinding light, rises from the hole. "Is this the armor of light you cast into my hole?" You respond. "It is," you intone, slack-jawed, utterly transfixed by the gleaming armor before you.
Sure.
"You lie. However, I shall part with this armor for a price,"
Oh.
the voice bargains.
Yeah, that's fine.
You hastily drop the money into the hole and hoist the dazzling armor from its floating perch. Examine it carefully, heart pounding from the thrill of the purchase. You raise an eyebrow. You've been tricked. This is perfectly ordinary armor.
Yeah, I mean, it's still better, I think, than the Frostmail, so I'll take it. And then let's go back over here.
A stela stands before you. Wasn't this a sign just a moment ago? Great. Now you're seeing things. There's a message engraved on the stela. It reads, "Those who would cross must strike me true." You see another island across the sea. Why striking a stela would allow you to cross, you haven't a clue.
Yes.
You give the stela a solid thwack. Not a moment later, the entire party begins to levitate. Before you know it, a strange power delivers everyone safely to the far island. Without warning, an old man leaps from the underbrush. "My replacement," he screeches. He sidles up to you. "Mind living on this here island in my stead?" he offers cloyingly. "Ew, no," you sneer. "Then by force
What?
it is," he shouts, leaping toward you.
Holy moly. He's got a lot of HP. Oh, and he resists. Oh. Yeah, dude, that recovery is nice. Oh man. Alright, let's end this guy, man.
Congrats.
That was a pretty good level up.
This island is cursed, the hermit explains, and he along with it. Doomed to spend eternity here unless he finds someone to take his place. Defeated, the old hermit sinks wordlessly to his knees. A lone tear tumbles down his weathered cheek. Monsters suddenly appear from who knows where. They surround the dejected old man and let out bitter cries of lament. Come to console me, have you? He says sweetly, petting each of them gently. He quietly nods, rises to his feet, and makes his way to you. The island gets as lonely as I do. Someone's got to keep her company. You had better leave, the hermit says softly, handing you a garment that glows with an almost divine light. You feel yourself begin to levitate once more. Has he chosen to remain on the island after all? Is that what this is about? The party finds themselves back on the cape. The stela that once rose from the sand is nowhere to be found. You turn your gaze toward the hazy, solitary island in the distance. Farewell, you say quietly into the wind.
Oh, wow. Wonder if I hadn't lied about the frost mail. Alright, and I think we're gonna call that an episode here. In the next episode we'll head into the mausoleum and wrap up. I assume we're getting pretty close to the end. I know the max level is 30. So we're getting pretty close. But alright. With that being said, friends, I hope you're enjoying the playthrough as much as I am. Oh, we still need to find the treasure, don't we? So I'll have to do that. And yeah. I don't know. I like this game. But yeah, a lot of I think I like the writing. The writing and the story and the characters are all really good. And then the fact that, you know, Mara and Ash are actually brother and sister twins. And that you have like literally the Umbrella Corporation in a fantasy realm conducting experiments on people is just kind of funny to me. So but yeah, with that being said, friends, I hope you are all happy and healthy. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, this is Death Frost signing off. Bye-bye.